Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is February 12th, 2015, and this is the first relationship video of the new year. First relationship video in quite a while. A lot has actually happened. I'm pretty sure last relationship video I was actually in a relationship. I am not any longer. A whole bunch of craziness has happened. Not just in my life, but in the circling lives of my friends as well, which is the main reason I'm actually making this video, because there are really times when I look at other relationships and I realize maybe it's a good thing I'm single, because people are fucking idiots. So I actually have no actual like intent topic. There's just a bunch of crazy stuff that needs to just be talked about. Like, for some reason it seems people don't know these basic facts, or maybe they know them and they just ignore them because they think that it's better for them just not to think about them. So I'm going to actually just address them, and then you can place them into your life as best as possible, because now you realize you're a fucktard and you're just really like the shiniest turd amongst all the other turds in your life right now. I kind of want to start this one talking about expectations, or I do. I want to start talking about expectations. Everybody has an underlying expectation of life in general. You have this idea when you're a kid about what you're going to be when you grow up, or what you're going to do with your life when you grow up. You know, when the space race was happening, kids wanted to be astronauts. Everybody wanted to be like Neil Armstrong. Then everybody wanted to be Jordan. Now everybody wanted to be like 2 Chainz or Gucci Mane. So, downslide on that one. But when it comes to relationships, everybody has expectations about what they think their relationship is going to be like. No matter who they date, man, woman, robot, whatever, everybody's got expectations about what their relationship is going to be like. It's going to be the best relationship ever, and they're really going to understand me, and they actually get me, and they know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm here to tell you you're wrong. I mean, it's not wrong to have expectations. It's just wrong to have really high ones that are unbelievably, unimaginably realistic, unobtainable. Okay, because here's the reality. Because you are a person, because humans, as we are built, we are faulty. But on a daily basis, we're always changing. So you're never going to find somebody who knows everything about you, because there's going to be stuff that's going to change tomorrow that they're not going to know. So you can't purposely go looking for someone to know all of you. And plus, you shouldn't want anybody to know all of you, because, let's just admit it, some of us are scary. And there are just some things that are just better off not knowing about the person you're with, or the person you want to be with. Leave some secrets to be just out there. It's just life. There's nothing wrong with getting to know somebody. There's nothing wrong with having somebody that knows a significant chunk about you enough to keep you from, like, I don't know, eating something that you shouldn't eat because it causes you problems. But you still eat it. Maybe you should have this person in your life somewhere, because you're going to fuck around and die. Let's just be real about that. So just keep expectations realistic. Like, be sensible. Want somebody you can sit down and watch movies with. Have an intelligent conversation. Like, have things in common with. Realistic common goals. Stuff like that. Those are expectations that make sense in life. Someone who's actually, like, driven to do something. Like, also make that an expectation. Don't make that like a requirement. Just make it like an expectation. Have somebody in your life who's also wanting to do something with themselves. Because if you're dating somebody and his biggest goal, if the person you're dating's biggest goal is being like the assistant night manager of a McDonald's, that's okay. So long as he's going to be, he or she, so long as he is going to be the best assistant night manager at McDonald's ever, that's cool. Like, that's no problem. But if his goal is just to be like the afternoon shift fry guy, and he doesn't want to do anything more than that, then I need him or she to have retired from doing something better. And so now they don't have to do anything better else with their life, because they've already reached that peak. And so now they're just like, all I want to do now is something that's just like ultimately relaxing and I don't give a shit about. So now I'm going to go do this because I've already done that. That's the kind of thing you can be okay with. That's all I'm saying. It's already February. I'm realizing. Well, I mean, I actually knew this before, but watching it continue to happen, I feel like something I should probably talk about. Stop being butthurt. People need to have made that a New Year's resolution. I don't know why nobody's made that a New Year's resolution. People want to go to the gym. They want to stop drinking, stop smoking, stop doing drugs, get a better job, whatever, whatever, whatever. How about you fucking stop being butthurt like a bunch of little bitches for 2015? How about you do that? I get it. Somebody did something to you that made you be really, really upset and they've hurt you about it. And I get it. But here's something you probably haven't realized. They don't give a damn no more. They have moved on. As such, so should you. A couple days ago on my Facebook, for the few of you who actually follow me on Facebook or friends with me on Facebook, it was like, don't get with your next one until you're over your last one. Like, that's a true fucking statement. If someone brings up your ex and you still get angry about some shit, and it's been months, stop. And especially if you're with somebody and you're still getting angry, stop. Because you're doing yourself and the person you're dating a disservice. Because essentially, you're wasting the person you're dating's time because you're still hung up on your ex. You're not over them. So how can you truly, honestly, say you actually care about this new person you're dating if you can't let go of the emotions of your past? You can't. It's just not possible. So stop dating who you're with, be single for a little while, and then get over some shit, and then go date somebody. Because in the long run, you won't end up getting hurt again, and then you'll just have more shit to be butthurt about. And in reality, it's all your fault in the end anyway, because you're the one who's still butthurt. I get it, your ex hurt you. I understand getting hurt by exes. Lord, believe me, I understand getting hurt by exes. But you're the one still holding on to the pain, not them. So at this point, you're the one that's hurting yourself. Think about that one. That's all I'm saying. Also, I want to talk upgrades. Upgrade your life in 2015. If you were in a relationship, any type of relationship, and you ended up getting out of it, and you're into your next girlfriend, boyfriend, significant other should be an upgrade from your last one. There's no middle ground on this one. I have no gray area on this. You upgrade. Pure and simple. You never get halfway up the mountain, then you go, you know what? I'm just going to build my house right here. No, you keep fucking going until you get to the top of the mountain, and you build your fucking house on top of the mountain. You upgrade. Everybody I know who has gotten a new girlfriend this year has upgraded. Congratulations to all of you. You're fucking smart. That's why we're friends. To the rest of you who haven't, well, keep walking to Mordor, and eventually you and the Hobbit will make it, I guess. I don't know. Because you're on a long trip to nowhere. Is how I look at that. You should upgrade. Complete upgrade. Like I get dating somebody, like if your last significant other was a bum in your eyes and the new person you're dating has a job, that's not entirely a new upgrade because you've only upgraded one part of what was wrong with your last relationship. You need to upgrade the entire new relationship. So that way it's not just one or two pieces, but yet the whole that has been upgraded. Everything about the new relationship is actually better than the last relationship. And not just to you, but to other people also. And speaking of new relationships and upgrading and everything, also don't get caught up in the new relationship. Don't get caught up in the new. Because I've done the timeline. If you go watch some of my old videos, I'm pretty sure I talk about the relationship timeline and how they're like a new car or like a new anything, and they have that new car smell to them. You start dating and you're just like, oh, it's so fantastic. This is the best thing ever. And then eventually that new car smell wears off. And then reality sets in, and then you realize maybe this isn't as great as I thought it was when I first got it. So if you're in a new relationship, think about this. Like, I understand that it's all amazing and wonderful and spectacular, and you feel like you've fallen through the door into Narnia, and you're just amazing, and it's just great. Give it time. Let reality set in. Really think about what you're doing and who you're with and why you're with them. Are you with them because you actually want to be with them, or are you with them because you just don't want to be alone? Those are two completely things. Trust me. If you just don't want to be alone, get a cat. Don't get a cat, because I don't entirely condone the crazy cat lady thing, even though I know a few people who are probably going to end up being crazy cat ladies, but they're doing it by choice. So completely different. Get a cat. Get a dog. Go join the YMCA. Go do yoga. Go do something so you're around people. But don't get into a relationship just because you don't want to be alone anymore. Because it's sad. Because you're not actually getting into the relationship to try to be happy. You're only doing it because you just don't want to be alone. You're just lonely. So you're latching on to this person. Join a gym. Go do something with your life. And yes, for those of you who have noticed, yes, I'm wearing my Xbox headset, which means yes, in my ear is my ever faithful, ever fun-loving companion and friend of 3+ years now, I think, give or take. We're going on like 4, somewhere along in there. I think our anniversary's coming up. I'm not sure. So, yeah. But yeah, join a gym, go start a blog, marathon. Well, don't marathon some movies, but do something other than getting in a relationship just because you're scared to be alone. Like, that is the one thing I want to stress, I think, more than anything else, because people don't seem to get this. When we're afraid of being alone, we make rash decisions. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. It's like all of a sudden we didn't realize we were alone, and all of a sudden we realize we're alone. It's like, oh shit, I'm by myself. I can't be by myself. I can't be by myself. You have panic attacks about it. It's like, shit, what am I going to do if I'm alone? If I'm alone, that means nobody's around me. And if nobody's around me, like, I got nobody to talk to, and I'm going to be by myself forever. And the next thing you know, you spiral into this deep, deep, deep end pool of depression because you think you're going to be alone for the rest of your life, and you're not going to be able to be with anybody because nobody loves you, and you think you're ugly, or you think you're fat, or you think you're whatever, and you're just going to spend your time wasting away sitting in front of your TV and your Netflix jammies eating ice cream and popcorn, and then 20 years from now, you're going to wonder what the fuck happened to your life. Don't do it. I understand that is a very scary thought that I just described to you, but don't go rushing into a relationship because of it. Because you're going to go start being with somebody because you're afraid of being alone, and all that's going to happen is, one, eventually, they're going to realize they're going to eventually realize that you're not right for them because you have whatever issues you have because you have not resolved them. And two, you're going to end up alone again. And it's going to be even worse now because now you're just going to be like, well, why didn't he stay with me? Why didn't she stay with me? What happened between us? Blah, 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 XYZ. Next thing you know, you're on your fucking couch again in your Netflix jammies, eating ice cream and popcorn, scared because you're going to be alone. I'm pretty sure I've said it before, so I'll say it again to reiterate because it's a new year and other people may not hear it. I may actually have new viewers by the time I actually post this one. I'm not sure. But take time in between a relationship. Just like schools give you break, like winter break for Christmas and everything like that, and if you've worked at a job for like X amount of years and you're going to go transition to a new job, you take that in between, that break between. Same thing with relationship, that applies. Take a break. If you are in a relationship for a year, baseline, if you are in a relationship for at least a year with someone, you should be single for 6 months to a year. Hands down. Like, and I'm not saying be celibate and become a nun. Yes, you can still have sex and fool around, but don't date anybody. Get back to being you because you've been in a relationship for a year. And as I've said before, the first 3 to 6 months of any relationship is actually getting to know a person. Because no matter how long you may have talked to each other, you really don't actually know each other because once you date each other, the status changes. So things change. So it's a new kind of getting to how do they react to me now that we're actually together. Not that we're, it's official kind of deal. So that first 6 months you're getting to know each other. And then that bottom 6 months of the year is you figuring out exactly what about them you actually don't like. Because no matter what happens, there's shit about your significant other you're just not going to like. I'm here to tell you. You can think they're as perfect. You can think they're damn near Jesus. You can kiss the ground they walk on. But guess what? Some people thought Jesus wasn't perfect. And I guarantee you your significant other isn't perfect either. There is stuff about them that you don't like. You may not want to admit it to yourself. You may not want to admit it to them. But there is stuff about them you don't like. But you won't realize that until you're past that 6 months and that new puppy smell is worn off. And then you're just like, I don't like the way you chew your carrots. Or, I don't like the fact that you brush your teeth in the shower. Whatever. It's going to be something. So you've spent this year being all in love, or lust in some cases, and then you spend this bottom 6 months actually in to know this person, and next thing you know, this relationship is over if it ends, or if it doesn't, whatever. So then when you break up with this person, you've become not, I mean, because a relationship is a two-way street, so things have to change. You give in, they give in to accommodate each other so that you can actually fit into each other's lives. And so then once you break up with that person, you have to replace those pieces in yourself. Because you've made changes to fit into this person's life, to fit with this person, and now that person's not there. So now there are pieces of you missing, which is why you feel like there's a hole in your heart. See? Aha! And so you need to take time to find those pieces within yourself again. You need to open up the box that is you and replace those pieces. Put the puzzle of yourself back together. And that takes about 6 months to a year. It took you 6 months to a year to lose them. Why wouldn't it take you 6 months to a year to put them back? And then once you're whole, fully whole, and you actually are you again, you're the person you were before you were dating them. The things you like, the hobbies you had, the stuff you did, all of that. Then, and only then, should you actually go actively looking for somebody to date. Because now, the person who is, if there's been somebody who's wanted to date you this entire time, they've seen the change in you, so they see you for who you are. And that's what it's all about. That's what all relationships are all about. No matter what type of relationship it is, friendship, family, romantic relationships, the person you are with should see you for who you are, bottom line. It's that saying, if you can't handle me on my worst, you don't deserve me on my best. It's a true fucking statement. When you are down and out and in the bottom of the barrel and feel like the world is against you and your back is against the wall and there is nowhere else to go for you, the one person who is probably going to be there for you, the person who is there for you when that happens, is probably the person that will be there for you all the way through everything. And it's probably the person you should probably think about dating. But we don't, because that's not how we are. We're superficial about shit. It's life. That's all I'm saying. But that's just how it works. Like, everybody has somebody in their life. If you sit back and think about it, all of us have someone in our lives who knows us probably way too well. I know I do. And they know us to that point where it's a natural thing that whenever something's wrong with you, they can tell something's wrong with you. Tone of your voice, look on your face, the way you're walking, whatever. They can look at you and just know something's wrong with my friend. But we always overlook that person. I honestly can't tell you why we overlook that person. I actually have no idea. But it happens. I've watched it happen. I've watched it happen to people. And it's kind of sad. It's actually, when you're on the outside looking in and you see that person pining after somebody, not even if they're not pining, but they're just friends and they just love them. It's like, those two should probably date. I wonder why those two don't date. And if you ever ask one of them will probably answer, I have no idea. And the other one will probably answer, that's a good question. Because usually it is. Going into the end of this video, because I realize I'm actually quickly, oddly enough, going at 20 minutes. Going into the end of this video, I really just want to say, fucking be happy. Like, stop being defensive. Stop being butthurt. Stop assuming everybody's out to get you. Like, just be happy. Like, learn to be happy. Because really, if you can't be happy by yourself, how are you going to be happy with anybody else? That's just the honest truth. How's it going to work? You can't expect someone else to make you happy if you can't make yourself happy. It's not fair. You know, I saw a meme the other day that said relationships aren't 50-50, they're 100-100. And I kind of understand where it's coming from, but all the time maybe it's not 100-100. Sometimes it's got to start at 50-50, or in some cases maybe 70-30, whatever. Either way, at some point in time though, it has to become 100-100. Like, we both have to be giving everything into this relationship. But if you can't be happy without me constantly being around you, then I can't do anything about that. You need to be happy by yourself. Get happy. There's a New Year's resolution for people. Get happy. Stop being butthurt. Take the time to get to know who you actually are before you go finding a significant other. that is my 20 minutes. That is this relationship video. Enjoy the rest of the month. I will talk to you all next time.